Hamilton. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, from Foxwoods Resort Casino, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trimmed with white. His weight, 153 1/4 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 17 by knockout, with 8 defeats and 2 draws. He comes to us from Metairie, Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the IBF #1 ranked junior middleweight in the world, Anthony the Warrior Stevens. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trimmed with red. His weight, 152 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 69 victories, 59 by knockout with only 2 losses. He comes to us from Navajo, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, Yori Campas.
Chief second only. Chief second only. Gentlemen, you've both been given the rules. Translate together. You've both been given the rules before. I remind you now, respect each other, obey my commands, and let's keep it strictly professional. Good luck. Buena suerte.
And for last-minute information, let's check in with Sean O'Grady.
JB, in the corner of Anthony Stevens, Jimbo Stevenson tells me they're going to have Anthony Stevens attack with his right hand on the left side of the champion. That's because on the champion's face, there is a little bit of an abrasion. Fellas, the challenger wants to win this title by a cut.
All right, Sean, and when we talked with him about that yesterday, he being, of course, Yori Campas, he said no concerns about that nose.
Well, I'd say I wouldn't be telling my fighter that he has to win a fight by cutting the other guy. I think that's the worst thing you can do. You practically tell him the only chance he has to win is if he cuts the guy.
Fellas, a big ring we have here, and it favors who?
Oscar, I was going to ask you that. What do you think, Oscar?
I feel it can favor Anthony Stevens. Yori Campas is a brawler. He's a strong fighter. He goes forward all the time. Anthony Stevens is a boxer who can move on his toes, and he can just run at any time. If he feels he's hurt, if he feels any danger inside that ring, he can box and just move on his toes.
Gil, you said you think this ring is about 24 feet, huh?
This is one of the biggest rings I've seen in years. It's got to be at least 22 feet inside. Campos, what he's going to have to try to do is to trap Stevens in the corners and against the ropes and try to make him exchange punches. He's very good at what I call last tag. Campos says he'll get that last left hook in no matter how many punches you throw. He throws that left hook to the body. But as long as they stay on the outside, that's Stevens' area right there.
Yori Campas is a fighter who will take 10 punches to give 2 of his own.
Well, he's got those heavy hands. And as we had mentioned earlier, Stevens had been a track man, and you think being a track man they have a lot of stamina, but that's not been the case with Stevens. He has been known to wear down in fights. And if Campos, there's that left hook to the body. If he can keep landing that left hook to the body, he figures to wear Stevens out.
Stevens indeed was a track star in high school, but Gil, how do you explain not having the stamina in the ring?
Well, I had a kid that was an all-city high school miler, and he was an amateur fighter. He used to get dead tired by the third round of every fight, and the reason was he wasn't relaxed. You have to learn to relax in that ring, and that comes with experience. Some guys never learn it.
In the early going, Oscar, how do you size it up?
I feel that Yori Campas has lots of experience. He knows that he can wear down his opponent by throwing body shots, throwing left hooks to the head. Very powerful shots. And Anthony Stevens, he's a fighter who has to keep on boxing, has to use his jab. I feel that Yori Campas does have the edge in this first round.
Now, Yori Boy claimed he was not concerned about that nose, which has been broken badly. Did you believe him?
I, for some reason, did not believe him. That nose right now is bleeding at this point because Anthony Stevens is landing some right hands to that nose. When the fighter has a broken nose, the pain never goes away. The pain will always be there, and always in back of that fighter's mind, that pain is there. And it bothers a fighter. It bothers a boxer when he's up in that ring.
When Jackie Chan gets pushed too far, it's time to fight first and apologize later.
Who is that guy?
Mr. Nice Guy. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Griffith is now back in the game.
Now they're going to really have to force the tempo defensively, try to pick this up, look for fast break opportunities.
Griffith at the top of the circle, over to Perry, fires away, and the shot is kicked out. Mullen with the save.
Now this is turning into a real transition basketball game.
No question about it. Typical battle between these two rivals, and now they're going to try.
Back here at the Foxwoods Resort Casino, getting set for the second round of action between Campas and Stevens.
And they were working on Campas' nose. He had an abrasion going into the fight, but it's not serious at all.
Yori Boy's corner was very worried about that blood. Yori Boy actually asked his corner man, is it bleeding or is it okay?
Sign of concern a little too much early on.
A bit of concern in the corner, a bit of concern with the boxer Yori Boy Campas, which affects the fighter in the long run.
Good left delivered by Stevens.
Work your way out. That's it. Nice.
Catching Yori Boy flush that is, on the forehead. Nice body shot by Campas.
Do it out. You're locked up. Stop punching.
Stevens overworked that left jab in the first round, but it's not a stiff jab. Once he stiffens up that jab, he has a good chance to bust Campas up in this fight.
Overworked, Gil?
No, he's using it pretty good right now.
Okay.
But again, you can see Campas sneaks that left hook into the body as he just did then. He'll do that time after time. And that can affect you as the rounds go on. The legs start to go.
Campas, an immensely popular fighter. His hometown, and one who gives an awful lot of himself, and certainly wants to continue to do just that.
Work your way out.
One might ask, how could Stevens, with a record of 29-8-2, be considered the #1 ranked contender?
Well, he fought to the championship of the world.
Hands are free.
And the fight ended by a freak accident. That's why they kept him up as #1.
Watch the head.
Legitimate, you think, Gil?
Yes, it is. He's a tough guy. I did this fight with Aaron Davis, who was a former world champion, and he beat him.
And Oscar, I can't help but feel that you're sitting here tabulating, taking some notes here, and anything surprising by either fighter?
Well, it's surprising to see that Anthony Stevens is staying right in front of Yori Boy Campas.
Stop punching. Step back clean.
I would imagine that Anthony Stevens would box some more now that he's feeling the heavy punches. Beautiful right hand from Anthony Stevens. But he's still stationary there right in front of Yori Boy Campas. That's Campas' best fight there.
And as Oscar mentioned at the top, now or never for Anthony Stevens. This is his third title shot. He realizes this is his last opportunity.
Another good right hand by Stevens. And you know, Campas has that scar tissue over that left eye. Stevens keeps landing that right hand. You're gonna have problems.
Work your way out.
It can be very, very dangerous for Yori Boy Campas to stay there and take those punches from Anthony Stevens. Anthony Stevens is throwing a lead right hand, which he is landing.
Well, Campas certainly showed his ability to take some very tough punishment in the fight against Raul Marquez. That was indeed a war, and a bit of one here as well. Campas knows that took place during the break there. And Oscar, were there any concerns expressed by the corner of Campas?
Well, Campas' corner was not concerned whatsoever. Oh my gosh.
Good right hand by Stevens. He's trying to follow up. Rock Campas.
Work your way out.
Campas trying to stay in tight to shake it off. Good follow again. Counter right by Stevens. But Campas is tough company indeed as he continues to try to work the body, Gil.
This is Campas' kind of fight now. Stevens could very well punch himself out, and meanwhile those body punches of Campas should add up. But he's in danger right now, Campas is. Got nailed a couple of real good solid shots.
Work your way out.
And you know, in the first 2 rounds, Stevens outpunched Campas like
Watch those heads.
2-1.
Courtesy of our CompuBox statistics. Gil, point well taken in terms of Stevens maybe trying to punch himself out. We talked about him trying to relax. Is he getting too excited?
That very well could be. He's got his mouth open. It's only the 3rd round.
And flat-footed. And Campas, you said this is his kind of fight.
Work your way out.
He remains focused. Campas.
Campas is a very focused fighter. He has the experience. He has so many fights that he knows what to do in these type of situations. Surprisingly to see, Campas was the one that got hurt, and Stevens is the one that's tired.
Well, again, that right hand may have done Stevens more harm than good because it made him open up. That's right. Campas' alley. Right up Campas' alley when you start punching him.
Stevens got anxious. He thought he can get the knockout, and now he's tired. Campas, with his experience, he's trying to set him up, trying to go for that knockout because he knows that Anthony Stevens is wearing down.
Work your way out.
Those watching at home
Hands are
feel
free.
that
Work your way
Stevens
out.
enjoys a 2-1 advantage at this point in the fight.
Stop punching. Step back.
Again, Campas lands that left hook or right hand to the body. Last punch every time. No matter how many punches they throw, he gets the last one in.
And Stevens looking winded indeed, Gil and Oscar.
Definitely. See, those body shots that Yori Campas is throwing can have an effect in the later rounds. See, Anthony Stevens now is feeling those punches. He's tired. He's winded.
May not have to be later rounds either. Might be right now.
That's experience for you.
On April 3rd, a code will be broken. Impossible. A child.
There's some concern as to what's taking place here in the corner. Gil, you think that maybe Stevens is wanting to throw the towel in?
Well, he says, I think, that he dislocated his shoulder. They're working on his shoulder now. He's shaking his head. I think this fight is probably stopped by now.
And meanwhile, Miguel Diaz is asking, hey, wait a minute now. We should be engaging in action here, so what's going on?
Well, if that shoulder went out, it's not going to do him any good to try to put it back. He can't continue.
And that is it. So Yori Campas successfully defends his IBF junior middleweight title as Anthony Stevens not able to answer the bell in the 4th round, having thrown that left shoulder out. And again, fellas, I was surprised, as both you and Oscar were saying, although Campas was being hit with some nice shots, he collected himself, and experience played a part there as he continued to come back.
I'm telling you, he's a very, very tough guy. He's determined, and he gets that last punch in there. No matter how many punches you hit him with, he hits you with the last one, and mostly they're body shots.
Well, the headdress goes back on the champion, so the ring was cleansed of any bad spirits, and in fact, it paid dividends here. Gil said it did not work with Gaspar Ortega when he fought his guy, but it did tonight. Let's see where maybe that shoulder became problematic, Gil. Oscar?
Yeah, the left shoulder.
Left hooks right to the body. Beautiful combination.
You know, usually when that shoulder goes out, you can really see a big lump there.
I really, truly feel that Anthony Stevens could not take those body punches. And Yori Campas brought in his experience. There you see a right uppercut to the body, left hook to the body. And Anthony Stevens could not take those punches.
Well, again, he let it all hang out when he hit Oscar with that right hand on the when he hit Yuri Boy with that right hand on the chin. That's what happened. He abandoned his strategy. He went all out for it, punched himself out, and then Yuri Boy just came on.
And as a result, Dr. Anthony Alessi stopped the fight. For the official particulars, let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. At the end of the third round, referee Ron Lipton summoned the physicians into ringside to examine the left shoulder of Anthony Stevens. Possibility of a dislocation. The bout had to be called to the halt. The official time at the end of round number 3, the winner by TKO victory and still the reigning IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, Yori Campas.
Well, Oscar, you've had an opportunity to see up close a guy you said you would give an opportunity to at some point down the road, and your thoughts about Yori Boy as you watch him up close.
Very, very impressive. Yori Boy Campas, I always said he's a strong puncher. He can take a punch. He has the experience to go up against any opposition and do very well. And I feel that Yori Boy Campas deserves a title shot.
And we'll see what he has to say as we check in with Sean O'Grady.
Miguel Diaz is going to help me interpret for Yori Boy. Miguel, would you ask Yori Boy at what point did he know